everyone to another Ref Brandon and the Todd Family YouTube video. Wherever you are, whatever you may be doing, thank you so much for making Ref Brandon and the Todd Family part of your day. We always greatly appreciate if you jump on here live here on this Tuesday evening. Feel free to leave a comment in the comment section down below. Make sure to give the video a like, a thumbs up. If you have not yet subscribed, please do so and share the video on all social media platforms. Tonight is going to be all about wrestling. So if you're a wrestling fan, it's going to be a good video for you. If you're not, don't worry. The next video I do won't be about wrestling, but I try to talk wrestling at least once a week. I have cut back a lot because, honestly, in my personal opinion, WWE the last 6 months ain't been worth watching. So there really hasn't been, in my opinion, enough stuff to even talk about and bring up. Good evening, Kevron. Glad to have you here. As always, and I'm not going to bring up something that to me is irrelevant because I don't want to talk about it. And to me, as much of a wrestling fan as I am, I feel like if it's useless to me, then it's probably useless and irrelevant to most people. But coming up Saturday, I'm going to be at 244 Livestock Road, Easton Nolly, Georgia, for the 20th edition of Fightmare. Now we're having a trunk or treat at 5:30. The doors will open at 6 o'clock. Bell time will be 7 o'clock. Now, front row is $15, but I'm almost positive front row is sold out. General admission is $10, and 6 and under are free with a paid adult. So I think you'll be stuck with general admission because I would almost bet my bottom dollar that front row is sold out, but you can always call or message the SWA page and find out for sure. But we're going to have Scott Green versus Jimmy Lee versus Eric Riker, a triple threat match for the SWA Premier Championship. Brant Hudson versus Seth Stevens for the New Blood Championship. Hey there, Santos. Glad to have you here. And hey there, Amon. Glad to have you here. And we're going to have Dangerous Affairs versus Forewarned for the SWA Tag Team Championships. And all three of those matches are going to be inside a steel cage. So 3 cage matches coming up Saturday night. Santos and Amon, I think it's the first time I've seen y'all's names in the comments section. If it is your first time being here for whatever reason you decided to stop by the channel tonight, thank you so much. Feel free to give the video a like, a thumbs up. If you have not subscribed, please do so. We're also going to have a Falls Count Anywhere match. Big Bad Brando versus Jack Salem. And we're going to have a ladies match. Desiree Lux versus Miss Kitty. The loser leaves town. Plus, Eric Thunder will be in the house. Jackson Carter will be in the house. Boinkers will be in the house. Cade Powers will be in the house. So you never know what all you'll see coming up Saturday night, 244 Livestock Road, Easton Nolly, Georgia, for the 20th edition of Fightmare. Trunk or treat, 5:30. Doors open at 6 o'clock. Bell time will be 7 o'clock. And the Premier Championship, New Blood Championship, and Tag Team Championship will all be defended inside a steel cage. Now, this past Saturday, AEW had Wrestle Dream. It took place in St. Louis, Missouri. 13 matches altogether, but let's just talk about the 9 on the main card. Jamie Hayter beat Thekla. Jurassic Express beat the Young Bucks to win $500,000. That was a stipulation. In that match, the Hurt Syndicate beat the Demand in a Tornado Trios match to determine the number 1 contenders for the World Trios Championship. Kyle Fletcher beat Mark Briscoe for the TNT Championship. Chris Statlander beat Tony Storm for the Women's World Championship. Mercedes Moné beat Mina Shirakawa for the TBS and the interim Ring of Honor Women's World Television Championship. Brodito beat Kazuchika Okada and Kanuski Takeshita for the AEW World Tag Team Championships. Hangman Adam Page beat Samoa Joe for the World Championship. And main event, Darby Allin beat John Moxley in an I Quit match. Hey there, Eddie. Glad to have you back here on the channel on this Tuesday night. Eddie, the last 2 days, my videos have pretty much been almost exclusively college football. Sunday was all college football. Monday was a little bit of other stuff, but mostly college football. But tonight we're talking wrestling, Eddie, but glad to have you here. And there's college football going on right now, so we're already in the midst of week number, I think we're at 9 now in the world of college football, because Clemson's played 7 games, and this is their second bye week, so it should be week number 9. But people are complaining about the Darby Allin and John Moxley match from Saturday, saying they had to rush to the finish because AEW's pay-per-view went too long. But did it go too long? Absolutely. But all of their pay-per-views go too long. So I don't know why people expected Saturday to not go long. And I don't know why you would rush to the finish in that match when all their pay-per-views go too long and you don't rush to the finish of those matches. So why was Saturday any different? I don't know. But all their pay-per-views go too long. They start at 1 o'clock on Saturday afternoon, and by the time they end, it's Sunday morning. And they do that every show. So I don't know why people expected something different on Saturday. Doesn't make any sense to me. But AEW's always had great pay-per-views. They've just never had great television. This pay-per-view was good, but it wasn't as good as the last few they've had. But I couldn't tell you the last time they had a bad pay-per-view. You know, WWE now has this huge contract with ESPN. And now they're saying that so far ESPN is losing money because the first couple of PLEs have been awful, which is why I haven't been watching them. To me, since WrestleMania, all the PLEs have been bad. They've done nothing in 6 months, to me, worth a darn. And I don't know what happened, because you can't convince me that Triple H came on board and was doing a great job booking, and then all of a sudden went to bed one night and woke up and can't book anymore. So you can't tell me Triple H forgot what he's doing. So there has to be something else going on behind the scenes that we don't know about that's caused the booking to be so bad. But it's terrible. I know, Eddie, there's Western Kentucky and Louisiana Tech, and there's also Kennesaw State and Florida International, I think is who they play. And this is the second straight week that Kennesaw State's played on a Tuesday night. I believe it might have been 2 weeks ago, but I think it was last week they played on a Tuesday. And they also play next Tuesday against UTEP, I think, Eddie. So Tuesday night is becoming a Kennesaw State night. And Kennesaw State hasn't had a football program very long, and they were awful not that long ago. And they may end up winning 9 or 10 games this year. So they have turned things around very, very quickly. But any thoughts on any of this, please feel free to let me know. Let's go ahead and get our dad joke of the day in here. Do you know what a private investigator is? A gynecologist. And that does it for today's Ref Brandon and the Todd Family YouTube video. Until next time, it's Ref Brandon saying, just like in pro wrestling, life can be over by the count of 3. Tell your friends and family how much you love them. Bye.